Hey everyone, I just want to do a POV driving video, talk about some of my driving impressions for this 2024 Kia EV9. This is the wind all-wheel drive. And yeah, I've had the car for almost 2 weeks now, I think. 2 weeks on Thursday or Friday this week. It's currently the day after Christmas. And yeah, I think I've kind of become familiar enough with the vehicle to kind of give you just my overall driving impressions and my thoughts about the car. I have a bit of electric vehicle experience coming from Tesla, but the Kia platform is a little different, which I'm finding. Not that it's necessarily better or worse, but just some little quirky electric vehicle things that I've discovered since having the car. But yeah, it's been a great experience so far. Comfortable ride, super comfortable seats. The ride quality, I would say, is we'll just turn on and go. Ride quality, I would say, is a little firmer than I thought it would be. But it's kind of negated a little bit by the quietness of the interior, which I quite enjoy. I'm going to switch the drive mode up here to sport, give you a little bit of performance of this car. Pretty fast in the line, pretty sporty feel to it. I mean, the steering, I think, is more sport oriented. That's the best way I would say it, as opposed to like a regular SUV, which I think is like, you know, kind of wide sort of turning. But really fun to drive, and just a lot more performance than you would think in this car. Haven't loaded it with 7 people yet, but you know, the curb weight is, I think, around 6,000 pounds, which you don't really realize when you're driving it. Doesn't feel that heavy when you're really giving it the accelerator. So it's been enjoyable so far. Getting to know the infotainment system a little bit. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay, which is sweet. I'm not a big fan of like the Kia onboard navigation, but I'm probably not going to use it very much anyway. But just a fun car to drive. Currently at 85% state of charge, and it's reading in sport mode 240 miles of range. If I kind of move the modes around, you know, I put in eco and I gain about 20 miles of range there. I think sport mode engages both motors pretty much most of the time, whereas eco's probably just using the rear motor, I would guess, which helps with the efficiency. But I've been super impressed. I love the material quality in the car. Seats are comfortable. You get AC and cooled seats, and I think all trim levels of this. I like the headrests. They're kind of this like mesh material. But if you want this car to go, it's gonna go. You have these paddle shifters to help control the regen, and usually leave it in level 3. You can do one more level, which is I-pedal, which means the car will come to a complete stop. You don't have to engage the brake at all. But I've heard it's actually at least one of the more inefficient modes to be in, because the front motor is engaged most of the time when you're in that level. But I think level 3 is pretty good. If that's the most efficient way to drive the car, I'll probably keep it in that most of the time. And I mean, the car basically comes to a complete stop, and you just kind of just apply the brakes at the very end in terms of the regen braking. Older Teslas are similar in that regard. Newer ones, you know, all come standard with stopping with just the one pedal. So not much of a departure there. I'd say this car feels like a regular car. You get stocks, you get buttons, you get some haptic touch here, which is nice. Voice commands are okay, not the best, I would say. I struggle with it in Apple CarPlay, but that might just be an Apple CarPlay thing. The only thing that's a bit annoying about the screen layout, I mean, you have, you know, your battery percentage, your miles per hour, other, you know, driving notifications in the center. Here you have your climate control, which is kind of difficult to access while you're driving because it's behind the steering wheel. You have toggles down here, which I use 90% of the time. I really don't touch this too much. But if you want to change the venting or access the rear HVAC, you got to do it all through that screen, and it's been a little annoying to use while the car's in motion. It's my one gripe with the infotainment center, and you can't really move this position over anywhere, unfortunately. You can expand it like that, then you get more controls here, but yeah, just my little complaint about the infotainment. Let's go down this way. Guys in the middle of the road. Pretty quiet interior. Pull in here and give you a little POV tour of the car. A little shutdown music. Definitely different, eye-catching, I would say. I love the wheels. These are 19s, although a good size. I think they'd be more efficient than 20s or 21s. Got your charge port here. I'll let you know how that functions when it's caked in ice here in Massachusetts. Got your tailgate. I got the rear row down right now, but you can pull those up and get them in position. But ton of room. I got 2 car seats in the back here in the second row. But we're comfortable. My wife sat in the middle back here, and you know, it's pretty spacious. And you can access the back row here, but there it is. '24 Kia EV9 Wind all-wheel drive. Thanks for watching.